You may have noticed that the COVID numbers in Victoria have skyrocketed, and the press keeps attempting to pin this on Daniel Andrews with claims like, security guards only had 6 hours of COVID training. How were they expected to know how to deal with such a deadly virus? Oh, I don't know. Maybe by not fucking them. How much individual stupidity can you possibly blame on Daniel Andrews and his government? Answer, all of it. That's what the press is attempting to do anyway by saying, Daniel Andrews told me it's transferable by air, so I thought practicing airtight would be fine. Look up what airtight means in your own time. The point is, not to whack you over the head with comparisons, but pink bat c***s, bam! Historical context coming at you like a bat! It's the same shit, different day. Where does he get off hiring contractors like every government since the beginning of time has done, and those contractors f***ing up like every contractor since the beginning of time has done? Who does he think he is? The head of a government? Authorised by people to make sure he's not the head of a government. It's always somehow Labor's fault the contractors didn't do their job, yet when it comes to the Liberals who do it on a massive, irreversible and much more deadly scale, take New South Wales Libs. Privatising hospitals, that kills people. Privatising the electricity grid, that not only kills people, but more importantly, increases your bills! The death of expendable income. How am I going to buy my third plasma, much less power it? Relaxing safety laws around construction sites, which is killing hundreds of construction workers. Yet somehow when the Liberals hand responsibility over to the private sector, permanently, it's never their fault. Doesn't matter that dozens of reports are published beforehand saying exactly what will happen. How were they to know? Those reports are seldom, if ever, written by tarot-reading gypsies. When something happens under Labor that you cannot possibly plan for. Oh, well, you should have known one of the guards was going to be extremely horny and given them a rub and tug allowance. You know what's insane? Even if he did do that, even if he decided to personally do it so it wouldn't burden the budget, the Murdoch press still wouldn't be happy. Ooh, Lubegate. Why did he go in dry? It doesn't matter what he does. When there's no cases, evidence of government's overreaction is clear.
Currently, there is a grand total of 13 people in hospital in Victoria. I hope you're proud of yourself, Dan, because just your stoicism, your inability to be moved, moved people to tears today. It's a disgrace.
When there are cases, Andrew's complacency put us in this mess. What is the rule here? It's Andrew's fault no matter what? Why? Because he's got big ears and big ears equals big government? You would imagine if this is how hard they're going against someone that any rational human being would conclude is not at fault. Imagine how they're going to treat Koala Killer, who actively let in the Ruby Princess cruise ship, responsible for 914 cases, 22 deaths, while the Nine Towers is responsible for 75 cases and 0 deaths. Let's see how damning the Telegraph is going to be about Berejiklian. Gladys Berejiklian is very upset about all this. Oh, that excuses 22 deaths. When it comes to something just a few rungs down from that, i.e. a complete freak accident, Melbourne's quarantine shambles is a disgrace. Andrews will regret an awful lot from Victoria's hotel quarantine fiasco. How a catalogue of failures turned Victoria into a virus time bomb. I could go on, but essentially they're calling for Daniel Andrews' blood, despite the fact he hasn't spilled any blood. As opposed to Elizabeth Bathory over here, all they're asking from her is to stay sorry. They're reporting the Ruby Princess as an accident. Do you see how rigged the game is? According to The Sun, Andrews is overreacting and simultaneously a careless monster. Must be one of those shape-shifting ones to be the exact opposite thing at the same time. Damning the man who spent his Saturday doing this as incompetent, while defending ScoMo, who was doing this. Yeah, who needs masks when you've got scarves? Look at what they say about that. Give the PM a break. He deserves one. He already had one! What does he deserve a break from? What exactly has he done? Albo lobbied the government to put a moratorium on evictions. Albo got the job seeker payment doubled, and when the original plan excluded students, Albo lobbied for them to be included as well as younger people. The unions of Labor got the $750 a week JobKeeper allowance through. Albo got the government to implement temperature checks on arrivals. Yet all I ever hear from the average punter about COVID is, oh, leave ScoMo alone, he's doing a good job. Well, I guess he's not doing a bad job, seeing as that would imply that he's actually doing a job. That should be on JobSeeker. And of course, I hate Jodie McKay. All she ever does is whine. Wow, it's almost as if she's the opposition leader and is somewhat critical of the government that pushed through a stimulus package a fifth the size of New Zealand's when New South Wales' population is bigger. And, very whiny I know, isn't cool with letting a Trojan horse in that isn't even disguised. What a Debbie Downer. To which they respond, exactly. The Ruby Princess was just one little teeny accident. Other than that, all good. Wow, shocking you have the exact opinion the press does down to the letter. You're not a complete f***ing sponge, are you? No, you work in HR. The H stands for human. The R stands for resounding dickhead. Sorry, I just met someone in HR the other day who said those points to me and I was like, dude, you organise 3-legged races for adults. Shut up. Anyway, like this video if you stand with Dan.
Please share and comment below. Comment.